Chantel, Christie, you're up next. Come to the front of the classroom. First of all, have y'all heard about all this stuff? And I'm sure y'all have about Jackie Christie and her daughter Chantel that punched her around the world because Chantel wanted to fuck around and find out. Well, this girl has went on Carlos King's show on YouTube and sat her butt up there talking about some. She wants to get her side of the story out because she can't fuss and fight with millions of people, so she wants to get her side out. Mind you, everybody and their mama and their grandma basically is on the side of, like, at the end of the day, you were very disrespectful to your mama. You were cursing her out. You were talking all types of sideways, talking about her husband gonna leave her, and then you tried to push her, and Jackie punched her, and they got a whole little meme, and it's just been going all around the internet or whatever. And so Chantel wants to get on Carlos King's show to basically tell her side of the story. But at the end of the day, the story's already told. And she could have left that interview right where it was at, in the metaverse. Because at the end of the day, she didn't change anybody's mind. She didn't change anyone's mindset. She went on there talking about she took full accountability, but then tried to sit up and say that Jackie Christie puppeteered her and knew exactly what to do to make her act that way. But at the end of the day, you're not taking full accountability of the fact that you were still talking to your mama crazy, cursing her out, and you put your hands on her, and she put her hands on you. Okay, that's just the end of the story. And this is my thing, like, sitting up there listening to her basically just reaffirm that she is a rich brat, disrespectful, and you didn't tell me anything new. So Carlos King basically was asking Chantel, like, what exactly happened in the childhood with Jackie as far as to get the relationship like this. And from what we gathered in the interview is that Chantel said that Jackie was basically going to all her dad's basketball games and used to leave them at home with the grandma. So the grandma basically was the one raising them. And so Carlos was like, well, was there something specific that Jackie did? So Chantel goes on and say, be like, well, black people were just going to be like, well, that's every black mother or whatever. It's not a big deal. But she used to talk to me all types of crazy, all sides of the head. And so he was kept prodding her because she wasn't exactly saying what happened. So basically what she said was that Jackie would call her out of her name. He asked her, did he call you bitch? She said, yeah, she called me bitch. And then she was like, there was one time where she just said she hates me. So he was just like, okay. Mind you, she didn't give any context. She didn't say what happened. She didn't say if she said it first and Jackie responded. She just said, Jackie said she hates me. So she gave very vague reasonings as to why the relationship was so strained, which, I mean, I can understand those reasonings as far as, like, you felt ousted or your mom didn't really wasn't there for, like, your recitals and stuff like that. So I can get that part, but she never got into the meat and potatoes of just, like, why, like, what completely, like, fractured it. So then he goes on to say, hey, well, your older sister said that you were the apple of Jackie's eye. You got everything you wanted. That, you had the greatest childhood ever. So then Chantel was like, well, yeah, I got everything that I wanted. But, the only reason she feels that way is because Doug's not her dad. And so she felt like, a little ousted. So I can understand why she would feel like that. But, we had the same mother. So basically, the meat and the potato as to why Chantel said that they got into it was because Jackie was just Jackie. Jackie went on ahead and was basically trying to haze her like she hazes all the new girls on the show. And Chantel, I guess, felt, oh, well, she shouldn't do that to me because I'm her daughter. And so that's basically the reason why Chantel decided to act a fool on her mama. But this is my thing. At the end of the day, you know who your mama is. You know how your mama is. And that goes for anybody who was raised with their mom. You know how your mother is. So at the end of the day, you know how Jackie is. You've watched Basketball Wives of what Jackie does. You have been on Basketball Wives several times throughout the years. So you're trying to tell me that you went on the show knowing how your mama is in real life, thinking that your mama wasn't going to act like how your mama acts. I mean, I'm not connecting the dots. I'm really not connecting the dots as to what she thought. You know, this is how your mama is. Everybody knows that Jackie Christie got screws loose. Her kids and her family would know the most. But you chose to bring your grown behind on the show and think that your mom was gonna act any kind of different. The apple don't fall too far from the tree.